Hey, so today let's learn to solve this question from seating arrangements. I would actually recommend you to pause the video for 2 minutes, try this question, and check if you could solve it. Okay, now of all the sentences, I would start off with the first sentence, that is, Usha sits at the extreme ends of the line. Now, maybe Usha is here, or Usha could be onto this side of the line. Now, I will choose this one first. If it is not satisfying the condition in the question, I'll go for the second one. After this, the best thing to do is to read the sentence, which is again talking about Usha. He said Mona sits third to the left of Usha. Now, maybe Usha is facing north, or maybe Usha is facing south, right? If Usha is facing north, this happens to be Usha's left side. And if she's facing south, this happens to be Usha's left side. If Usha is facing south, she's onto the extreme end, isn't it? So you should not have any more people onto her left. If she has people onto her left, that is not called an extreme end, right? Which is why the second case is not possible according to this diagram. So it's definite that Usha is facing north. This is her left side. Mona is onto the third left, first left, second left, third left. Mona is here. Now that Mona is in the diagram, for the sake of continuity, let's read another sentence which is about Mona. He said Pino sits third to the right of Mona. Okay, I don't know if Mona is facing north or south. For example, if I assume that Mona is towards the north, this is her right side. First right, second right, third right, I cannot place Pino there because Usha being at that point is definite, which is why Mona is facing towards south. He said Pino sits third to the right of Mona. This is her right side. First right, second right, third right, Pino sits here. After this, we know that there are 8 people in the diagram where Usha is onto the extreme right end. Now there are 7 lines already, so we'll take the 8th character is going to be here. Okay. Now he said Dolly faces north. He also said Dolly faces the same direction as that of Chaya. Okay, so this tells me that Chaya also faces north. Now, if you read the line, Pino sits second to the left of Chaya. I need to take Chaya in this position where between Pino and Chaya there is one person, right? Now, I know that Chaya is facing towards north with the previous sentence, and this happens to be the left side of Chaya. First left, second left, I have Pino there, which is satisfying the condition in the question. The next sentence that is about Chaya is only one person sits between Chaya and Lali. So this tells me that Chaya and Lali should be here, so that there is only one person between Chaya and Lali. Now let's focus on these 2 sentences. He said Zoya sits to the immediate right of Pino. Okay. He also said that Zoya is not onto the extreme end. Zoya does not sit on any of the extreme ends of the line, right? So Zoya should be beside Pino, but Zoya cannot come at this position because this happens to be the extreme end. So the only place left out for Zoya is this one. Then he said Tara sits second to the right of Zoya. Okay, now if Zoya is facing towards south, this happens to be Zoya's right side. First right, second right, which means I need to take Tara here. He also said that Tara faces the same direction as that of Zoya. So because Zoya is facing towards south, Tara should also face towards south, right? Of all the characters, we are left out with Dolly, so Dolly comes here. He said Dolly faces north. Now, because he said Zoya sits to the immediate right of Pinu, this happens to be the right side of Pinu only if Pinu is facing towards north. Only one sentence that we are left out with is both the immediate neighbors of Mona face opposite direction. Let's understand that. Firstly, the neighbors of Mona are Chaya and Lali, right? We know that Chaya is facing towards north. He said the neighbor of Mona should face opposite direction to each other. Because Chaya facing north is definite, Lali has to face towards south, which is opposite direction of Mona's other neighbor. That's all. We are done with the entire diagram. Now let's solve the questions. Here is the first question. Who among the following is sitting second to the right of Mona? Mona is facing south. This happens to be Mona's right side. And we want second to the right, first right, second right. So it is Zoya. Okay, in this question we need to find the odd one out. If you take the first option, Tara is facing south, Usha is facing north, Mona is facing south, Lali is facing south, and Zoya is also facing south. So the odd one out is Usha because she's facing north. This is a fairly simple question. How many people are between Zoya and Dolly? Between Zoya and Dolly we have 1, 2 and 3. So option A is the right answer. How many people are facing north? Okay, we have Pinu facing north, Chaya and Dolly facing north. Anybody else? And Usha facing north. Yeah. So there are 4 people facing north. Who is facing third to the left of Lali? Firstly, Lali is facing south. So this happens to be Lali's left side. And this is Lali's right side. He's asking third to the left of Lali. We have first left, second left. There is no one onto the third. No one onto the third. So option D is the answer.